Hello everybody, welcome to the Tube. So much is going on. Here's our lineup. UN says the current surveillance is worse than Orwell imagined. Israeli startups help governments spy on their activist citizens. Facebook brings it on to fight Siri, Cortana and Google Now. U.S. Navy impresses with a drone that also works as a submarine. And Google is ready to fight Amazon for the soul of video gaming addicts and more. Let's go. And we start the show with the state of surveillance, and it's bad. UN Special Inspector on Privacy Joseph Kanatachi has described Britain's oversight of surveillance as a bad joke and said the situation is worse than anything author George Orwell imagined in his dystopian novel 1984. Kanatachi said the UK has the weakest oversight of surveillance in the Western world. He called for a Geneva Convention-style law for the internet to protect privacy and combat the threat of digital surveillance. Speaking to The Guardian, the professor of technology law said he does not use Facebook or Twitter because of privacy concerns. Kanatachi singled out the UK over even the US as the worst country in the West for regulating state surveillance. Poor Brits, we feel you. We talked a lot about 8200, the Israeli Army's cyber intelligence unit that produces hundreds of startups that sell to big tech giants. But there's also another side to the startup nation. This week, BuzzFeed reported on Nice Technologies, a company that is developing tools for surveillance. Their tools are used around the world, including in Uganda, as the Ugandan government are surveilling after LGBT activists. Earlier this year, a report showed that another Israeli tech company, NSO Group, sells offensive cyber capabilities that allow governments and companies to remotely infect smartphones with spyware without leaving a trace. Nice. Here's how Nice Technologies make their pitch. Seems legit.
If you need to locate the owner of this unattended baggage, you'd best hope it's not here. If this child were lost, it would be easy to find him here. But what if it was here? Or here? Or here? These are situations in which locating your target within minutes is essential. With Nice Suspect Search, the next generation video search and track application, you can do it easily. Instead of watching hours of video, it presents you with the relevant images, so you can run the search across a vast number of security cameras and locations to find a person of interest within minutes and automatically track their route on a map. Enhancing situational awareness, enabling immediate response, and expediting forensic searches, Nice Suspect Search can help you reduce your search time from hours to minutes. Nice Suspect Search, when time is of the essence.
Okay, so is Israel becoming a global leader in surveillance technology? With us in the studio is Shai Ringel to follow this story. Good evening.
Good evening.
So what exactly are companies like Nice selling to foreign countries?
Nice Technologies specifically have a lot of technologies in its belt tools. When we talk about the technology they sold to Uganda, they sold the technology to help surveillance on specific civilians in Uganda by phishing. They send ordinary looking mail. If the user click that mail, Nice Technologies has the ability to surveillance everything he does without him knowing. Every SMS he wrote, every website he visited, it will all be available to the government.
Is this legit?
It is legit to sell that technology, and it is legit in Uganda, where being gay is illegal. And the government is looking for activists who are, according to the Ugandan government, are helping other people to become gay. And Nice Technologies has the technology to help the Uganda government to look up for those activists, to those people.
So it's a world with no morals, but it's legal.
Yeah.
Lovely. How did Israel become such a powerhouse for surveillance technology?
A lot of those who work at NICE, at Verit, at NSO Technologies are people who come out from the army. And the army itself is developing a lot of surveillance tools as it develops drones and other war machines, and people get experience very early in their life in a very sophisticated unit. 8200 is a cybersecurity unit, and they are known around the world. A lot of those who graduate the unit goes to do different kind of things, but a lot stay in the whole army market. And as we can see, there's market there, and there are dozens of those companies in Israel who works around the world to sell the technology they learned how to make while being in the Israeli army to other governments.
And from what we know, how many Israeli startups are involved in such problematic shenanigans?
We don't really know about... there are a lot of companies who have technologies for surveillance. We don't have the proof that they are where do they sell it to. What's interesting here is that for the first time, BuzzFeed article managed to get emails from Nice Technologies, who are working with a similar group called the Hacking Team from Italy, in order to sell their products to other governments. And one of those emails said, okay, people, Africa is the next gold mine, which means that those companies know who are they selling the
and what they're going to do with their technology.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. You know, but the story isn't exactly new, and we know for some time that Israeli startups have some very malicious software and technologies. So how come the media isn't interested in this story at all?
That's an interesting question, because we know that Israeli companies are selling this technology, and we know that Israeli tech companies are leading in the army market around the world. And because it's such a huge market, maybe the media doesn't consider it to be not legit, which means that they're saying, okay, they don't have any moral, but what can we do about it? But we tend to criticize the governments who use surveillance, and we don't tend to criticize the companies who are developing those technologies and those tools.
But it's basically like a weapon.
Yeah.
Isn't someone supposed to decide or to regulate how you can sell weapons to who, etc.?
A lot of governments want to keep it that way, keep it a weapon, that we don't call it a weapon. And this way they can surveillance after their own citizens, and we don't have to account to their citizens at all. But we do need to understand that it is a weapon, and we sell this weapon to very, very, very problematic governments around the world. And yeah, we need to have some rules about it, because the field itself is just too open.
Too open and hacked.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Shai.
Thank you.
World, you disappoint me. And now for the biggest surprise of the week. Facebook's Vice President of Messaging Products, David Marcus, announced a new service called M, which will be Facebook's answer to Siri and Cortana. M is designed to be your personal assistant inside Facebook Messenger, which you can use to ask for recommendations such as gift ideas or restaurants to visit when you're traveling. Currently in testing, M also helps users send shipments and book appointments. To start, you can message M like you would any other contact. Just request and M will ask follow-up questions. For example, you can ask M to help you plan a surprise birthday dinner, and it will help you reserve a table, schedule an Uber, and have cupcakes shipped to your party location, all within the app. Another personal assistant, it's just what we need. Back in June, YouTube announced that it would be getting into the gaming game and launch its own Twitch competitor called YouTube Gaming. Yesterday was that day. Twitch, acquired by Amazon, lets you watch others play video games or stream your games and broadcast your own show. The YouTube Gaming site will drag all of the live streams and game-related videos into one place. Copycat or not, people love watching and chatting about video games, and Google wants in on that game. Get it? Game. Google reportedly got into the bidding of Twitch, but Amazon won. The site is a huge piece of Amazon's e-commerce puzzle, with video game streams becoming real-time commercials for buying those games. Now let's see if Google can beat Twitch at its own game.
That was beautiful.
We are now used to the idea of drones flying above our heads, but they can also do other things such as swim. The Naval Research Lab is testing a flying drone that can land on water and then travel like a submarine below the surface. Designed to carry sensors into places difficult or dangerous for regular vehicles, it's a bird-inspired amphibian that may find hostile submarines, detect chemicals, or swim to inspect oil spills. The U.S. Navy has named this combo machine Flimmer. It's catchy. Earlier this month, the lab released a video showing the robot fly and swim. One of the major challenges is incorporating both flippers for swimming and wings for flying without having either interfere with the function of the other. Here it is in all its glory.
Out-of-the-box thinking, inspired by nature, takes UAVs to new depths. Dan Edwards of the Naval Research Laboratory's Vehicle Research Section and Technical Electronic Warfare is the principal investigator of Flimmer, a flying, swimming UAV/UUV. NRL is merging two separate research areas: unmanned undersea vehicles, UUVs, and unmanned air vehicles, UAVs, to significantly improve tactical availability of UUVs in time-critical situations.
The Navy's looking for unique solutions for in place.
You know what this show is missing? Some drama. So here is Mark Douglas from Barely Production, new internet soap opera, Cat Hospital. It's a purr and a meow.
Look at me, Nurse Kathy. I know you're high again. You're the most gifted nurse we have on the ward, but you've got a serious drug problem. You can get us all sued for malpractice. Just because we're sleeping together doesn't mean you get a free pass. Blackmail? Ha! Who's gonna believe you over me? I'm a big deal here at Cat Hospital. You're nothing but a pill-popping cat. Get out of my way, Dr. Stovall!
Why is he so angry all the time?
He didn't used to be. 10 years ago, he was a brilliant surgeon who loved his job.
And how are we feeling today, Mr.
Cat Hospital is great, but if you want something a little bit more raw, here is one woman that sent this next video to a friend when she was drunk, and now she's becoming a meme. Let's get drunk, or not.
is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. I want to spend my life with you.
1 million views in one day. That's it. Show's over. Thank you very much for watching. Please log on to our website. It's i24news.tv. Make sure you watch our show throughout the weekend. Goodbye.